Hey, it's Chris Malashewski with the Built in Calgary team, and I've got my new sidekick here, Julian, with me, and we're checking out or talking about today are we heading into a seller's market here going into the fourth quarter for Calgary residential, and what's happening with the market here? So I'm going to give you a breakdown today and look at all segments of the market here and look at pricing and months of supply and talk a little bit about interest rates here and what's going on. So, the overall, the month of August was fairly strong here. So I've got some charts and some numbers that I'm going to share with you here. And I'm just going to share my screen and we can dive into things. So, all in all, you can see here that sales for the month of August were fairly strong, not as strong as, our peak of March and April there, but overall, things are still chugging along fairly decently. We have had some hiccups with interest rate hikes, a couple, and we can certainly anticipate, another interest rate hike coming here for the month of September. And so, what that's doing is it's sort of offsetting, we're seeing a bit of a diminishment of sales in the single family homes, but we're definitely seeing an uptick in the multifamily product, predominantly that being in apartments there. So, part of the reason affecting the trend, as I've mentioned, buyers are adjusting, their expectation on, affordability there. And at the same time, we're also seeing new listings come on. But, the new listings and the sales, that gap is closing. And so our months of supply isn't trending up as much as I'd like to, because being the challenge is that, some of our buyers were having a tough time finding product right now, but it's important to note that, year over year, we can honestly say that, sales are up close to 11%. So let's look at what's happening in each of the styles of the market, starting with the single family. The detached sales are down, but also so are the listings, but marginally, so we have here, over July, 1,060, versus, 1,480. So our months of supply is actually trended down a little bit in the single family, but product under 500,000 is still super strong, performing very well. And we're seeing a lot more balanced market on product above that, and a little bit slowed down in certain communities there. And we're seeing that the median price has dropped a little bit since the peak in March. 610, 612,000 down to about 574,000. So, that's something to watch, as well as, look at the days on market, albeit our days on market are still under 3%, telling us that that's still not in a balanced market territory. But certainly our levels have increased since the peak, that we're just under 1% at that time there. And also, one of the things to, take a look at is, within your community is the days on market there. Looking at semi-attached listings, we can see that very similar to, single family is a significant drop in the amount of new listings, where we only have a slight decrease in the amount of sales month over month there. And so our months of supply is actually dropped, getting below that 2.25%, but it's still relatively low. But we are starting to see, we are starting to see days on market crop up a little bit there, 29 days or 34 days up from 29 of previous there. And but our median price is holding very strong right now. Jumping into the Rojos townhomes, here we can see that, our sales have dropped off a little bit, about 8% over last month. But keep in mind that townhome sales are still up 50% over last year, and prices are still up 14% year over year, with our median price at, 339. versus, around 300,000 last year. So that's a positive thing for those that are owning townhomes. And then looking at sales performance for the month of August, the winner or the clear winner is certainly the apartment style homes. Here you can see that, sales are up 65% year over year, with prices being up 10% over last year, but still below the peak of 2014. But as mentioned, with another rate bump coming into play, and likely another one later this year, apartment style homes will still probably continue to trend, having strong sales performance. So if you are wanting to get dialed in and know about the style of your home or the community as to what's happening in that price point, by all means, give us a call. And remember that we're just not Calgary born and raised agents. We're also we're also selling Calgary really strong. So enjoy your September, and any questions, 403-809-3523. Cheers.